So, Prajwal, tell me about yourself.
Yeah, myself Rachel. I'm from Andhra.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pursuing my EC in
Okay.
Bharat University
Okay.
with a 92% aggregate.
Oh, great. Okay. So, how about your hobbies?
Yeah. Next, yeah, my hobbies are just now I came from cricket. I love cricket.
Pardon?
Okay, and no. I love cricket.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and just listening to the songs and doing the
Okay. Okay.
competitive exams. That's it.
Okay. Okay. So, your which is your department? Are you from CS background or EC?
No, no, no. Yeah, that's easy.
EC. Okay. So, what type of jobs
Yeah,
do you prefer? Like, see, you'll be having some ambition, right? I need to work in this particular place, or like, so you'll be
yeah.
having some ambition. So, what type of
And
ambition?
actually, uh, I'm planning for my masters in information systems and cyber security.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm planning. I mean, just taking training in a Java,
Okay.
all those things.
Okay, so do you hack something? Like, do you know something about the hacking? Like, a small type of hack, like Wi-Fi hacking, all those things. Have you ever done, or have you ever studied something like that? Hello,
Yeah.
can you hear me?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so I just asked you, do you have any interest in hacking? Have you undergone any courses related to hacking?
No,
No, okay, fine. Actually, I love hacking. Since you're into cybersecurity, I just asked it. Okay, fine. So, what do you think about Python?
Python. Many said that it is very useful and it is in boom.
Okay, so have you ever studied or searched something about Python, or have you done any research about Python?
I mean, yeah, just I have little idea about that. That's it. It's
Okay,
like a programming language, right? That's it.
yeah, okay. Programming language
But
Python.
very easier and yeah.
Okay, let me ask you something. What is the
Easier
programming
to
language? What is the programming language actually?
the language which is understood for the computer.
Okay, all those languages which are understandable by the computer are called programming language. That's what you say, right?
No, both programming language and machine language.
Okay, so there's something called a scripting language. So, what do we call something as
Yes.
scripting language?
Yeah, which is like visible to us.
Visible to us
Yeah, through computer.
through computer. So, can we call Java as the scripting language?
I guess no, I don't think so.
Actually, your mic is little far from your mouth, I guess. I couldn't hear you properly.
No.
Okay, fine. Let me take you to this particular session. Okay, I'm muting you from my side. Okay, don't mute yourself. Whenever I need some answer, I will unmute from my side. Okay, Prijwal? If suppose you have any doubt, just unmute yourself and just ask to me. Okay, I'll clear off your doubt. Okay, don't worry. Okay, while talking about the Python, there is something called as a scripting language. Okay, there is something called as a scripting language, and there is something called as a programming language. So there is a difference between these two things. You should know about scripting language and Python, I mean programming language. Okay, so scripting language is something which there is no compile. Okay, there won't be any compiler to compile that particular scripting language. Okay, for example, we can call Python as a scripting language, and Perl. I don't know whether you have heard about Perl, Ruby, all those things. Okay, so or there is something called as or programming. Okay, so or programming, Perl, Ruby, Python, PHP, all these are scripting language. We don't call these languages programming language. Let me tell you the reason behind that. Okay, if suppose if you're going to run a particular program, for example, let's say Java. Okay, so if you're going to run that particular program, what you have to do is you need to compile that program. Compiling in the sense like this particular guy, I mean the Java code will be compiled, the entire code will be compiled from top to the bottom. It will get compiled, and if there is no error in that particular compilation, only then it will get into the next step, that is the execution step. Getting me? So that is something called as a compilation, which will be happening in the programming language. So whenever you're running a programming language, there shouldn't be any error, I mean any compiling error. Okay, so there shouldn't be any error. Only then it will take to the next step, I mean to the execution step. But while talking about the scripting language, there is something called as the interpreter. Okay, it's not the compiler, it's something called as the interpreter. Okay, what it does is it will execute line by line. It will not take the entire program, it will not compile the entire program, it will not take the entire program like top to bottom. It will just take a very first line. Suppose I'm asking the I'm just typing in like print hello world. Okay, so what it does, like after that particular statement, I have 10 big lines. Okay, just leave that. But what I say is, if suppose we are taking the Java program, that all those 10 lines will get compiled only if there is no error in that particular 10 line. Even in one line, if suppose I have error in the ninth line, then definitely that particular program is not going to run. Okay, that's what happened in C, C++ or Java on all other programming languages. But in scripting language, it's entirely different. Suppose I have error in the same ninth line, all those 8 lines will get executed and we will get the output for those 8 lines. Okay, only at the ninth line it will say there is an error in this particular line, please do check about this particular line. Okay, so that's the difference between the programming language and scripting language. Okay, so programming language, it will gets compiled, the entire program will get compiled, only then it will get into the execution level. But here each and every line it will get interpreted and then it will go to the execution level. Okay, so this is how it works. Do you have any doubt in this particular concept, Prajwal?
Yeah, yeah.
No doubt. Okay, okay, I'll continue the session then. Okay, okay. So I have told you what is Python. Actually, you yourself know about Python. Okay, so it's a scripting language, and Python is very useful for bigger language. Actually, it is a very small. See, people call it like Python is very easy and very user friendly. That's what all the people says. Okay, but the thing is like, of course, it is very easy and very user friendly, but it is not a very small language. Okay, getting me? So easy language is always it's no need to be a small language. Okay, with Python we can do anything. Let me give you a very good example. Day-to-day usage, Instagram. Okay, Instagram also built in has some Python codes. And Quora, you must have heard about Quora. I don't know whether you wait 1 second. Okay, sorry for the interrupt. Okay, so Python, when you're talking about the Python, all those modern applications are built in Python. Okay, even Quora, I don't know whether you know about Quora or not. It's a very good website and it has application as well. That particular Quora is entirely built on Python. Okay, and that is also called as Pinterest.com. That is also built on Python. So Python is really a very high language, but which is very easy to develop. Okay, so that's why people skip from some other language like C, C++, Java, whatever it is. They are skipping from these languages into Python. So that's the only reason, and it's also very easy. Okay, for a fresher, it's very easy to understand. Okay, that's all about Python. So interpreter, I told you, it is entirely different from compiler. It does all the way what the compiler do. Okay, so that's what the interpreter do. Interpreter is something which will convert the high level language into some intermediate language. Compiler, what is the use of the compiler? Actually, the compiler, the work of the compiler is like, it will be converting the high level language into the machine language, a very low level language. Okay, but interpreter that will never do that kind of things. What it does is, it will convert the high level language into intermediate language and it will send that to the execution level. Okay, there will be something, some other guy to execute that particular thing. In Java will get compiled. After that, you'll be getting something called as dot class file. I mean, a class file will be generated after the compilation, which is of bytecodes. That makes Java independent. Okay, so same way here there is something called as a PYC. It's just like a Java class file. PYC class will be generator, and after that interpretation, I mean the execution takes place. And here JVM, we have Java Virtual Machine, right? So that will be taking care of the execution, all those things. Same way here we have Jython, okay, Jython, and we have something else as well. So that will be taking care of this Python execution. And I have already told you about the compiler and the interpreter, so I'm not getting into that. And I have also told you about the difference between programming language and scripting language. I really hope you got the difference between the programming language and scripting language. So tell me, Prajwal.
Yeah, actually, it will be something like line by line execution.
I'm not able to hear you,
No,
Prajwal.
no, integrator is something like a compiler, but a compiler will execute code, will compile all the program at once, and interpreter will compile line by line. That's it, right?
Actually, your side is little noisy. Could you please sit in a calm place?
No,
Yeah. Tell me, Prajwal. What is the doubt?
no, no, no. Interpreter is nothing like it's like to compile it with coming process, but line by line, right?
I mean, you're asking about the scripting language, like the execution will be by line by line.
What about the interpreter?
Pardon? Actually, your voice is laggy, man. Check your internet connection, actually.
Yeah, it's a line. No, no,
Hello?
no, no.
Prajwal itself.
Oh, okay, okay, fine then.
No,
So,
I have no doubt.
okay, no doubt. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, then Mohit, um,
Yeah.
let's Prajwal join us. Else, I'll be continuing. Okay, I'll be continuing the class. Okay, let him join. Prajwal?
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, you were asking about something. Just tell me, Prajwal. Now you're clear. Yeah, tell me.
You just tell me once again what is my interpreter.
You want me to tell you about what is interpreter?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, listen. See, in compiler, okay, okay, I'll mute yourself, okay? I'll tell the, okay. See, what compiler does is, compiler will take and execute, it will not execute directly actually, it will compile the entire program, which means it will check for the errors in that particular program, okay? And it will convert the high level language into the low level language, and as well, it will be checking for the errors. If there is any error, it will intimate the user that it has some error, okay? So that is the use of the compiler. See, when you're talking about the interpreter, it will not directly compile or whatever it is, check for the error for the entire program. It will not do the same thing as the compiler does, okay? So in interpreter, it's entirely different. So what you can ask me, like, so what is the perfect use of the interpreter? So in interpreter, one second. Iduva. Okay, okay, okay. Okay. Okay, so in interpreter, the high level language will be converted into an intermediate language, as well as it will send to the execution once, if suppose I'm entering some line like print hello world, okay, and after that we have two more lines. If suppose I have a compiler rather than an interpreter, it will compile and check for error for all the three lines. Only then it will be sending the script to the execution level. I mean, there will be someone to execute the code, right? So it will be sending the code to the executor, okay? But in interpreter, it's entirely different. It will first check for the very first line, and once the first line is checked, it will just send to the executor, and the executor will execute the code, okay? So interpreter will execute the code line by line. If first line is correct, it will give the code to the executor, and the executor will execute the and execute and will give the output to us, okay? So that's the use of the interpreter. So do you get it, Prajwal?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I'm asking. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, okay, okay. Okay, let me continue. Okay, so I have told you about the difference between the programming language and the scripting language as well. So let's move to the next topic. Okay, programming Python features. So when talking about Python features, and the very first thing is interpreter. I told you interpreter is a very main thing which Python use, which makes Python yeah, scripting language. Okay, after that, interactive. See, interactive in the sense like, see, there is a difference between interpreter, and that is entirely different from the interpreter. Okay, interactive is entirely different from the interpreter. Interpreter is like compelling side. Interactive is like the interactive mode, how we are doing. Okay, I'm talking with you, you are sitting in some other place, and I'm talking with you through medium, like some app. Okay, so that's what we call as the interactive mode. Like, I'm talking and you're giving the reply. I'm asking like, hi Mohit, how are you, and you're telling me, yes sir, I'm fine. So that's the way we are interact. Like, so Python is interactive. Why do we say Python is interactive? Just because if suppose I'm asking Python like print hello world, it will print. Okay, if suppose you can't do the same with the C, C++ or Java. You know, in C you'll be having some C or C++, whatever it is, you'll be having some package to be installed. I mean, to be imported before you are running a print command. In C++, you'll be having like star. I mean, hash included stdio in C, and here iostream dot whatever it is dot h, and here in Java you'll be having java.util.scan. So that one you need to you get the input or to print all those things. Okay, but in Python it is entirely different. You don't need to give anything. You don't need to import any package, nothing. You just give a simple line. Let me tell you. Wait. um, yeah, see here. See, one second. Okay. Okay, listen. See, here already we have this particular statement. Okay. See, if suppose you are going to do the same thing in Java, you need to put a class, a main function. Even if you are using the C++ or C, you should have a main function to execute this particular statement. Okay. No matter whether the statement is a single line or 10 lines, you definitely need a main function to run all those things. But here it's entirely different. I'm just asking him to print hello world, and the result will be here somewhere around here. Wait, let me execute. And it is printing the value called hello world. If suppose I'm asking like, see, there's something called as wait, let me ask you. Okay, in Java, do you guys know Java?
Okay, okay, okay. இங்க மேல first floor இருக்குல்ல அந்த ஆபீஸ் தான் எக்ஸ்ட்ரா இருக்குது. நாங்க ஆன்லைன்ல
Hello,
ஆபீஸ் நம்பர் ப்ரொவைட் பண்ணிருக்கோம்.
Mohit and Prajwal,
Hello?
do you know Java?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, somewhat.
okay, anyhow, how will you check whether a particular variable has, suppose I need to check, I am giving you something like this. Okay, I'm writing a Java code here, don't confuse. Okay, string a is equal to, I'm writing this. Okay, now after that I need to check whether this particular variable a contains j or not. How will you do that in Java? I need to check whether the value in the variable a, whether it has the character j or not. How will you do this in Java? Or if you're comfortable with C++, you can tell it in C++. You
No, I don't have idea about that.
don't have
Because
idea about
printing
that.
now your system from not better. Yeah.
Okay, what about Mohit? Mohit, is he there? Okay, he left. Okay, fine. Okay, Prajwal. So let me tell you. So what you have to do is like, you have to name it. You have to store it in a string, and you have to make a condition whether it is equal to or not. You see, there's something called as contains. Okay, so there's a method called contains. All those things, and whatever you do, it must be inside the main function. In Java, you need to define a class, and you have to put a main function inside a class. Only inside that you have to you can put all these if condition or whatever it is. But in Python, it is very simple. If suppose I want to check whether the letter J in Joseph or not, it will. Right. So it's too slow. Okay, I guess the connection is too slow. Okay, the net connection is slow. So this is the syntax for checking the value. I mean, the checking the character. Suppose this particular guy J, if it is in Joseph, it will return. Actually, it should return true. Okay, is there something here? Okay, it's not returning. Okay, it should return
I
true.
think Joseph is. I think Joseph is string, right? So we have to keep it in a double quotations.
No, 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 no. It's not about that. It's not about that. Actually, okay. Let me tell you. Okay, you asked a question. Very good question. Hello. Rachel, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay, 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 okay. See, it's not about the double string. See, string can accept. Okay, wait, wait, wait. Okay. In Python, see, everything is possible. We can put single. Wait, wait, wait. Here, we can put single colon or double colon or even triple single colon. Wait, like this. Okay. See, everything is same in Python. Okay, we can use anything. See, it depends on the versions. Okay, in some version, I mean, in the older version, double quotes will never work in for the string. Okay, for the latest version, single quotes, double quotes, or even triple single quotes and even triple double quotes will work. It all depends. See, if suppose you are closing with the triple double quotes, you need to start with the triple double quotes. You can do like this. You can have a single double quotes here, and you can have three double quotes here. Okay, it's absolutely wrong. Okay, so this is how it works. It's not about straight for string. In Java, it's like obviously for Java for character, we need to have only single quotes, and for string, we'll be having double quotes. So in Python, it's not like that. Okay, so we can do whatever we wish. Okay, but it depends on the Python versioning style. So what I was talking about interactive session, right? So this is how the Python is interactive. So this code should work. Actually, it has some network problem, I guess. Okay, I'll show you how Python works in the installed version. Actually, my system doesn't have Python installed. Actually, this is not my system. Okay, so this particular guy should return true because this particular guy J, this character is present in this word. Okay, so it should shows true. And if suppose I'm giving something else, maybe yeah, hello, definitely it will return false. So that is how it works. Okay, so the other one is it is a beginner's language. Whenever you learn Java or something else, they'll be saying like, okay, do you know C and C++ or C or C++? Only then it will be easy for you to learn Java. So in Python it is not like that. You don't need to learn any language prior to that. Let me tell you one thing. Actually, our university, I mean, university in the sense like Tamil Nadu common university, it has announced in 2017 that all the first semester, they have Python in their syllabus. Okay, I don't know whether how many of you guys know that, but the fact is like they have in their very first semester, they have Python in their syllabus from 2017. Actually, last year they have learned. Okay, so Python is, why do I say that? It means you no need to learn any language in prior to that. I mean, in prior to Python, you no need to learn any other language. There is no way that any pre-requirements for this particular language. It is like a beginner's language. Anyone can learn. Even a 10th standard student can learn. In CBSE syllabus, 11th standard student is they are learning Python. Okay, so at your time when you are moving out of the college, think this scenario. When you are moving out of the college, I mean, in the next year, 29, you'll be passing out of the college, right? So at that particular time, in interview will be asking like, do you know Python? I will be telling like, no, I don't know Python because at my stage when I am doing my first year, I didn't learn. They didn't teach me Python. I don't have in my syllabus. If you're gonna tell the interviewer these kind of stuff, he'll be asking you the present first year. I mean, 2019 first year. At 2019, few people will be learning first years, right? That particular guys know Python, and you guys doesn't know Python, which means you are far away from these guys. Getting me? They will tell like even the first years know the Python. Why don't you learn Python like that? They'll be asking these kind of questions to you. Okay, so you are on the intermediate level. So definitely you need to learn Python, and future is on Python. In US and America, I mean US, Australia, all those countries, they have implemented Python 10 years back. But in India, it's just emerging. Only now it's emerging. After 2 years, everyone will be asking like it's like they won't ask C plus or Java. They'll be asking like, do you know Python? If you don't know Python, it's really gonna give you a very bad results or very bad impression. Okay, so easily readable. Python is easily readable. Okay, wait, I didn't show the people. Okay, So I have told you about the beginner's language, and it's easily readable. Why do I say easily readable? I told you, right? See, if suppose a candidate wait, let me give. See, listen. I need to tell you this. Actually, in this particular compiler, we have seen there is no. See, actually, in this. Okay, in this compiler, they didn't give any brackets here. Getting me? But in this compiler, they have given the bracket, which means I told you, right? It depends on the version. Okay, in one version, we need to give the bracket only, then it will give the result. In the other one, we don't need to give any. The other one will take both the brackets or no. If you're not giving the bracket as well, both are okay with the other version. But in one version, we need to give the braces only, then it will work. Okay, getting me? So it depends on the versions. Um, okay, I was talking about the Java, right? Java. Okay. Okay. Mm, basic object and classes. Okay. See, look at this. This is the very basic program actually. In Python, we have just seen Hello World, right? The same program written in Java. But if someone is reading, like, okay, maybe a newcomer is reading this particular language. Okay, let me read it. The public class, my first Java program. What is this? What is the use of this particular guy? Okay, what is this name? What is this guy? Well, there's something called as a public static. What is this particular static keyword talks about? Why are we writing this particular static guy? And what is its main function? And what is this? It is array. So we need to learn all these things before printing a simple hello world, right? So it is really a very great task for us to do. Okay, but in Python it's very simple. Just print and double quotes, write your whatever you want to print, just write it down, and that's going to print the value whatever you wish. Okay, so this is how the Python works, and that is why we always call Python as easy readable. It is very easy to read, right? In Java it is very difficult to read. If I'm reading this public classic, we need to know what is public, we need to know public is access modifier. It comes under access modifiers. Let me tell you, it comes under access modifiers. It comes under objects and classes. Okay, it comes under a static is something different. It's a keyword actually. Okay, again it's a method. Okay, we need to learn what is a method, and here it is an array, you know that. Okay, so we need to learn these many concepts just to print a hello world. Okay, so this is very difficult, and I really hope you understand this. Okay, easy readable, and again less maintenance. Okay, it doesn't cost much. Okay, Python is open source as well. Java is also open source, but still it is less maintenance. We don't need to spend huge amount to maintain that. Okay, you may think like applications are built. It's not just built. Okay, even after they are built, it has to be maintained. Okay, only then we can give you a very successful application. If suppose once you're done with the application building, I mean, suppose I am building an Android application. If I'm done with that and I have uploaded it to my Play Store, it's not over with that. Okay, I need to maintain that throughout my life. Only then I can have the app very successful. And again, reliable. See, I say Python is reliable just because it has access. It has the library for many languages. It can access like it has the access to. I mean, it has libraries to access top databases. Like I really hope that you know all the top databases like Oracle SQL, MySQL, and MongoDB. All those are like top SQL. I mean databases, and it has libraries to connect with those databases. So it is really reliable. It's not like okay, this guy is not supported. It's suppose let me tell you a very good example. Hmm. Okay, jar file is actually reliable, right? Do you know the jar file is really reliable? It's platform independent. Even if you have Windows operating system, even if you have Linux, actually my laptop has Linux operating system. Once you're get into the class, I'll be taking the class from my system. Okay, so I'll show you. I have Ubuntu that is Linux based. So Java file can be accessed even in Linux or even in Mac or also in this guy, I mean Windows. Okay, so that is reliable. Just like that, this guy is reliable just because it supports all the major languages and also it supports all the major databases. So it's obviously reliable, and I have given separate line supports all the top databases. Okay, so this is how the Python is. So all you have to know is about the uses of Python. Okay, so you're at third year and you're when you're coming out of the fourth year, they'll be asking for Python. They will never ask for C and C. Obviously, even now they are not asking for C and C++. Okay, now I agree they're asking for Java. Okay, and this is the very last year of the Java. Maybe this year or the next year, Java is done. We are done with the Java. Okay, people will never ask for Java because all the other countries they have made their projects into they are using the Python to develop their own projects and all the other products whatever they use. Okay, so Python is a leading language, so they are not going to use Python. They're not going to use Python. I mean, they're not going to use some other language in our country. Okay, so they have started to shift from Java to Python. They are shifter. You can Google it. You may think like, okay, this guy is speaking just because he's taking Python and he wants us to join in Python. It's not like that. Okay, so I'm not telling some lies. Okay, you are mature enough to search in Google. You are most welcome to search the whatever I say. You can just search in Google. You'll be getting the same result. Whatever I say, you'll be getting the same in there. Search whatever you do. Okay, so this is all Python about, and this is how the class. This is how we take. Actually, the session will be like this. And one more thing I need to tell you: when I'm taking some Python classes, it will not be a one-way communication as we did today. Okay, so I'll be asking it. I'll be coding from my side. Actually, I told you I'm not using my laptop for this session. So in my laptop, I'll be having the Python IDE. There is something called as a Python IDE. Okay, IDLE, and we can even do Python in NetBeans. Do you know about NetBeans? Do you have any idea about the NetBeans? Rajwal and Mohit.
No, 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 no.
So where do you do which IDE do you use for Java Eclipse?
No, actually, we will use a command prompt.
Command prompt, just command prompt.
Yeah.
Okay, man.
See,
Actually,
actually, we are easy students. See, actually, we are easy students. We don't have any idea about the Java. Just we are learning outside coaching classes. We
okay,
will actually we used to type it in Notepad, and we will compile and we will save it .java. Then we will compile through command prompt. That's it.
okay. I get it. I get it. I think Mohit will be doing the same thing as you do. Okay. Listen, see, I don't depreciate command prompt. Okay, actually, it's well and good to do it in Notepad and store it as a Java file and compile it using the command prompt. But I don't depreciate that. But what I say is like they have developed something which is very user friendly for you.
Yeah,
Okay?
yeah, IntelliJ.
Yeah, IntelliJ. That's one of the
IntelliJ.
ID. Yeah, that's one of the ID. Okay, Android I mean, this Android developer has the Android developer. And there is something called the Android
I
developer.
don't know, but I'm taking classes for
Okay,
IntelliJ.
the ID name is Android Studio. Okay, this Android Studio was developed by IntelliJ. Okay, so IntelliJ is one of the topmost IDE, and we have NetBeans. Actually, it's Android Studio. IntelliJ gives a very powerful application. NetBeans is also powerful, but not as powerful as IntelliJ. And Eclipse is also powerful. Okay, just parallel to NetBeans. Okay, so you can use any of these guys to execute and type your code. See, why I'm saying all these things is like if suppose you are typing a code in a notepad, it will be very hard for you to find out the bug, man. If you missed out a semicolon, you have to search each line and line, and only then you'll be getting the bug. So it will be very easy in NetBeans or some other ID. Okay, so I prefer those IDs. And obviously Python do have some IDs like IDLE, and also we can do the Python in NetBeans. So whenever I type a code here, suppose I'm typing something here and I'm asking you to type the same thing, and I will not ask you to type the same thing whatever I type. Okay, I will be doing a program and I will ask you to do some other program which is relevant to whatever I taught you. Okay, so I need to monitor you. So what I do is I will just go to my screen sharing option. Wait. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Rajwal, could you please accept my request?
Um,
Did you get any request from my side?
where?
No.
No, where I'm asking each request.
Actually, I have requested you to share your screen. Didn't you get it?
Yeah, starting.
Okay. Please do accept the request. Yeah. Okay. So I could see your mobile with a 55% of charge. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is how it works, man. Okay, so you have changed the screen. Okay, this is how it works. Okay, so when you're connect to the computer, so because you will not be using the mobile to listen to my class because it will be an interactive session. So whatever I say, you need to type, and whatever I ask you to do the program, you need to code. Okay, so you have to use the laptop, and after that, whenever you code something, I can monitor you from my side. If you go wrong, I mean, like if suppose I have taught you something, and if you're going in a different track, I can monitor you through this screen sharing. So wait, let me show my screen. Okay, so this is how the classes goes on, and whenever I take some classes, suppose I'm taking a topic called string this morning, I'll be giving you some homework, maybe a 2 or 3 program, and I'll be asking you to complete the programs, and you have to complete the programs. Only then we'll be starting the next day session. Okay, only then you'll be able to learn how to code. See, learning Python is very easy, man. I'm not going to teach you like what is Python and what are the definitions of Python. These are like stupid things. Okay, you can even Google it out and find out what is Python and all those stuff. Okay, what I'm going to teach is like entirely different. I'll be teaching you how to code. That matters a lot. Okay, how to code matters a lot. If someone is asking like, do you know Python, and you are telling like, yes, I know Python, that doesn't work. Do you know code? How to code in Python? That matters a lot. Okay, so at the end of this, I mean, at the end of the 35 sessions, you will be able to code. Okay, it's not about you know Python. It's like how to code in Python. The course tells you about. Okay, so yeah, do you have any doubts, Prajwal?
No, no, nothing.
Okay, what about Mohit?
No.
Mohit, do you have any
Is
more?
there any certificate for this course?
Of course, you will be getting a certificate, man. How come? There will be certificate. See, how will you tell the person
Okay.
that you have completed the Python course? We'll be providing you the certificate.
Yeah.
Okay, so don't
How
worry.
much cost is this?
Okay,